Morning world. Back to work again today. Bit of a shock to the system. I don't feel great, to be honest. All my muscles hurt. Kenzie's awake. Having his breakfast. I need a decent cup of tea because last night before I went to bed, it turned out our milk had done some weird thing. It hadn't gone off. It didn't smell gone off, but it had separated. So I think it touched the back of the fridge and then frozen is all I can think it did. And then defrosted and separated, so it was no good for anything. It was just lumps of fat and then like watery stuff. So I really need a cup of tea. Thanks, love. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to read. I think I require a lazy day. I think my body is telling me I require a lazy day. Yeah, it's not going to be that lazy. What was that? Your body does?
No, I think everybody does.
Everybody needs a lazy day. That's absolutely fine by me.
I'm in my
So, 10 o'clock we've got dentist. I need to drop off tea stuff at Forest School for the Forest School session because we can't go today. And then we need to get to dentist. Then I need to buy hedgehog food and bird food and human food.
And a new sausage roll.
Kenzie wants a Newett sausage roll, and Brendan will probably want a Newett sausage roll. Ruby, you won't want a Newett sausage roll, will you? No, I didn't think you like sausage rolls very much. Your lunch is here anyway. Yeah, and then I think a movie when we get back sounds like a good plan. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs too. Rubes?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're agreeing to? Were you not listening? You were not listening, were you? Cloudy with a chance of meatballs too.
What does that mean?
It's a film.
Shall we watch it later? Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
She's not with it today, clearly. She's still asleep in bed, which is where I think we all want to be this morning.
I feel
And then some games, Rubes. Games afternoon. Games afternoon, I think. We've got 2 new games to show Ruby that she's not played yet.
Oh,
2 new games, Ruby.
About what?
One is, well, I'll explain when I'm not talking to this, but yeah, one of them is very fast paced and one of them is very relaxed, but strategic.
I can't say that.
Because I'm on my video and people don't want to hear it, they've already seen the game on my video. Geist and Labyrinth, Jurassic World. Yeah, so that's the plan. Labyrinth. And I might go via the toy shop and look at their games. I really want Settlers of Catan, but no one will play it with
I'll
me.
play it with you.
Will you?
Yeah.
If I get it, will you play it with me?
What is it?
Oh,
What is it?
it's a really good game. Brendan loves it. I love it.
Is it victory for you that Kenzie said you would play
It is, because you need at least 3 people to play it. Oh, in that case, I might actually order it. Actually, I ought to wait till I've been paid. Small minor detail. Lack of money right now. Oh, right, I'm going to read my book for a little bit and try and wake up.
She's tired.
Oh, just everything hurts. All my muscles hurt. I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. I felt a bit rubbish yesterday and I was really snappy and moody and not very pleasant yesterday.
Snappy. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenzie said, yeah, I was snappy and moody and not very pleasant, and that's how I'm feeling a little bit today, but drained. So
Don't be snappy.
I won't be
You
snappy.
can have a sleep in your bed.
I'll have a sleep, apparently. That's what they're going to make me do, have a sleep.
Have a sleep in.
You're going to tuck me up under my duvet.
Have fun playing our game.
Oh, all right then. So they want rid of me so they can have as much time on gadgets as possible by putting me to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will put you to sleep.
Put me to sleep. That's a bit
So
worrying.
you're a little bit.
Right, so I'm going to stop waffling. And see you guys later.
They sink cars in Barbados.
Sink cars in Barbados? What for?
I think they're
Oh,
making
Top
a
Gear.
coral reef.
Yeah, they were trying to make a
They
coral
mostly
reef.
just dropped a few in the river.
What's that one? Portugal.
That'd probably be a Porsche.
What?
I'm not entirely sure what that one was.
Did you give your teeth a good brush before we came, Brendan?
I don't clean my teeth.
You're not going to see the dentist.
That's good.
Where'd you get in trouble?
You're just gonna watch in extreme boredom.
You're just going to watch us. Oh, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it, Ruby? See how good the boys' teeth are.
Yeah.
Can't
they look
really
after them
see
properly.
unless you
Yeah.
loom
Well,
over
I
us.
know, but the dentist will tell them.
That's not seeing.
Picky.
Here is video.
He's
Look at him grinning. Ooh, there's a ruby head. He's grinning.
He's laughing.
Right over there, Kenzie. We just got today
The new Sainsbury's.
the new Sainsbury's Lego collector cards, haven't we? Came out this morning. So you spend a tenner and you get a pack of cards.
And then if you buy a folder, you get 2 cards.
Yeah, we bought the folder to put them all in, didn't we? And then you get two cards with your folder. So you've got a few cards
70.
to get you started. Oh,
I
here
know,
comes Brendan.
I
He was
know.
looking for
Is it
bagels.
too much to ask for bagels?
It would appear so. Sorry, love. No bagels for the boy.
I swear.
Dentist went well though, didn't it? I've got to go back for a filling because one of my
Sure,
fillings is
that's mine.
falling out. Yes, that's
Those are all
yours.
your
You shouldn't have got a filling first.
You get
No, I've got one more.
you get 3 packs, and if we can find the other 2 packs, you get another pack, Brendan.
I got 2.
What one you got? What sparkly one?
Spare.
You'll have to see what swapsies you can do with each other. Okay, I'm having asparagus and boiled eggs for my lunch. Might have a little bit of hummus with that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I've also added some smoked salmon to that. Because I fancy some smoked salmon. Oh, postman's bin. I wonder what he's bought me. Okay, so the kids are watching a film, and I'm just gonna sit on my bed and read for a bit, and hope these aches and pains go away. Because I'm feeling a bit rubbish and a bit useful. Useful? Useless. My brain hasn't even got out of bed today. And there's things I've been saying and not been able to finish, like simple sentences. It's been rubbish. Then we're going to play our new Ninja Cat game, which looks really good. It looks like a sort of a similar concept to the Geist game we've been playing, but a bit simpler, sort of a simpler concept. Ruby says she's played it before. She says her grandma's got it. So, yeah, she should have an idea how to do it. Look, this is the top I was trying to show you. And then I realised in my video it didn't come out very well. I need more space. Yeah, I quite like it, especially on a day when I'm feeling sloggy. So I'm just going to sit and read the book. Loving it. Really loving it. Getting through it pretty quick. Love it, love it, love it.
So do you just put another
Okay, so
finger on it?
if you already have it, what, and you can just put your finger on it? I guess so. If you keep your finger on it, if you put your finger on it, then I guess you've picked it, haven't you? So yeah, so we've just read the small rules, haven't we? The little fine details. Should we have a practice run with that then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll the dice, and you can only do it with your one finger. You're not allowed to grab the whole hand.
So not
Okay.
that.
No, you have to use one finger. Right, so then I roll again because I got it. Now we're looking for that one.
Ah,
So I get to roll again. Well done. Okay. So you get to roll now.
we're just having a practice.
We are having a practice because we got the idea of it, but we didn't read the fine details. Oh, Ruby got it. Right, you get to roll again. Okay, Ruby's turn. Oh no, my turn because I got it. Oh,
I see it.
yeah, it's on my pile, so I've put my finger on it. So is that what you meant? Yeah, so people could not get it if you've got your finger on it. Right, so my go.
Can you steal from other people?
You can, yes. You're only allowed to use one finger to
Stop
So you have to go
No,
like this.
to
You have
take
go
it.
like that.
Right, Ruby rolls.
Oh, that's why they got the nubs in them.
So there's.
To go-
It just stops people from completely snatching. Okay. I was the first. Right. You're not playing, you cheeky badger.
Well, you should have, grabbed it. He basically gave you a hint.
I
Right?
did. Ruby's doing well. Right, you roll. Actually, you should roll the last time, shouldn't you?
Can I have 2 goals, Charlotte?
Yeah. Don't give her bumpsies though. That's it. You've got to jump up though, Kenzie, so she can go. Otherwise it's just a C with no saw. That's it, it'll be good for your leg muscles. Be gentle when you get off, because otherwise you'll hurt her. That's it, well done.
I'm going on this. I'm moving back. Can you hold my hand, please? It's fine.
Whoa!
I regret many things.
That's because he's drastically increasing his weight by moving it further from the pivot point. He's leaning back. If you lean forward, your weight is lessened. What are you doing, Ruby?
Just helping, aren't you, Ruby?
You're pushing so close to the pivot, it makes basically no difference.
Okay. Oh, I'll give myself panda eyes. I have a list of questions in my notebook, which I have been meaning to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. These were in my comments section from One Man and His Whippet. You need to go check this guy out. I've recommended him a few times, but if you've not been over to his channel yet, go and check him out. Not only is he funny, but he's always doing something new and exciting. He's a biker. He's out on his canoe. I probably got that wrong. It's probably not a canoe. It's probably some other watercraft thing. He goes on hikes. He goes down caves. He's heading off on a big trek of Scotland, doing all sorts of exciting things. So go and check him out. He's definitely worth a watch. So I have been meaning to do these questions and I haven't done them. But I've got a quiet moment because I finished work early. And Lee's not home from work yet, and the kids are entertained doing their own thing. So I thought I would write them down and answer them. Excuse the traffic. Okay, what have I always wanted to do but not yet done? I know there's lots of things I'd like to do that I haven't yet done. I'm gonna have to shut this window. Should have done that, shouldn't I? That's one thing I'd like to have done, and I'm going to do it now. Right, there we go. Things I would have liked to have done and not yet done. Probably travel. Oh, hold on. Because if I'm honest, my anxiety always stopped me. The thought of getting to an airport has always sent me into panic. The thought of doing it with children was too much. There was no way I was going to get on a plane with my kids because I can barely look after myself on a plane, let alone my children. But since I got my anxiety sorted out, I'm actually quite keen to give it a go. But now, of course, it's money and we don't have passports and that kind of stuff. So in the next few years, probably when the kids are grown up and doing their own thing, then Lee and I will probably start doing a bit of travelling. And we would both like to go to the States and do a fly drive down Route 66. And we will do it. At some point, we will do it. And I'm intending on stopping on all you YouTubers that I chat to on the way. So I'm going to stop down, well, if you're near Route 66. I kind of imagine like Route 66 is this like middle thing, but then I forget that America is not like the UK. And, you know, that things are hours and hours away, not just like... I mean, I'm central in the UK, so Cornwall is about 6 hours away and Scotland's probably about 6 hours away. And everything else is usually under that. So... unless you get stuck in traffic. So yeah, and when we will do it, probably, well, what's Brendan, 16? 5 to 10 years time maybe? I don't know, it's going to require some saving. We've got another 10 years on the mortgage, I think. And in 10 years I'll be 51. And Lee will be 55? 6? I always forget how old he is. He's a bit older than me. So yeah, probably around then. if I won $1 million, what would be the first thing I'd buy? Probably passports, and then we'll go and do this at damn sight soon and take the kids with us. If I won $1 million, well, I'd pay off the mortgage on this place. So I guess that's buying that. I would definitely give some money to my sisters because they are... Oh, Kenzie's now calling.
What heat do I put the pizza on?
200-ish. He wants to know how hot to put his oven for cooking the pizza. Okay, so if I won £1 million. So yeah, I'd probably, well, I would give some money to my sisters so that they could actually buy somewhere. You know, whatever they wanted. I know they're quite keen on the idea of a canal boat. It doesn't have to be, you know, a standard house, but yeah, you know, whatever they fancy. Because they're all having to share, my 2 sisters, my sister-in-law and my nephew who's 3. And I know my sister and sister-in-law would love another baby, but I know space and that kind of stuff is always a problem. And the fact that they rent, you know, they never know, you know, they've not had a lot of luck. In Jasper's life, I think he's lived in something like 5 houses and he's only 3. So I would buy them somewhere that is their own, or a plot of land where they could put a motorhome or 2 motorhomes. And then they could live on the land and, you know, they'd be quite happy with that. They'd be quite happy with some static caravan and just their own space. That's probably what I'd buy. What is the best breed of dog? Now, I feel this is a trick question. Bearing in mind the name of this guy's channel is One Man and His Whippet. I kind of think Dave is setting me up for a fall here. And he did say, think really carefully about your answer. And I'm sure whippets are lovely, but I've never actually owned a whippet or had much interaction with a whippet. So I'm actually going to go with a staffy because I've had a staffy. My great uncle's had staffies. My sister's got a staffy. And I absolutely think they are the best dogs. Second to that, my sister's Jackawawa, who, although he is a yappy dog, and he's actually going through dog therapy at the moment to cure him of his yappy dogness, because he didn't used to be a yappy dog. This is something that's kind of come with age. He is adorable. And I'll actually put a little clip of me giving him a cuddle into this video, which was in a video a few weeks ago when I went for my, actually last week when I went for my walk, but I'll show you. He is just adorable. So I'll throw in a picture here. Okay. If I was Prime Minister, what would be the first thing I'd change? Well, the first thing I'd change is how much Prime Ministers are, well, and all politicians or high politicians are paid. I read somewhere the other day that they're on something like 77,000 a year. I don't know how true that is, but that's a ridiculous amount of money, where nurses and teachers are lucky if they're, you know, early to mid 20s. 22 I think is a starting wage for a nurse. Teachers I think are about 23. Yeah, so I'd sort that out for starters. So we would all take a pay cut, and then those people, and footballers would take a pay cut too, because that's just ridiculous money. I don't see why someone who kicks a ball around for 6 months of the year or whatever it is should have that kind of ridiculously extravagant lifestyle when our doctors and our nurses and our teachers and our paramedics and our fire service and our police service are all on, you know, pennies. Okay, I probably wouldn't last very long in politics, would I? If I could go back and meet myself at age 15, what advice would I give myself? I don't know. Maybe to get counselling earlier for my anxiety, because I let it rule my life too long. But then, you know, I think I had to reach a point and I had to find the right counsellor to actually get me through all of that. So maybe that wouldn't have helped. I did try to find a counsellor, and I look back now and I just think actually either my situation wasn't recognised back when I was 20, 19, 18 actually. It wasn't recognised, I don't think. Or she just wasn't the right one. Could have been a bit of both, to be fair. You know, I wouldn't want anything to change. I don't know if I'd give myself any advice, because I wouldn't want to do anything that would stop me getting to the point I'm at, because you know, Lee and I getting together and having kids and stuff, it was not ideal. We were not in a situation. He was going through a divorce. I met him after he'd separated, just to get that clear. He was going through a divorce. We'd only been together 9 months, and then I found out I was pregnant. So it was all a bit of a kind of crazy situation. And in fairness, right at the beginning, when we first became parents, we didn't get on very well. But here we are, 18 years later, you know, getting on fine. So that's good. But yeah, you know, I just think if I gave myself any advice, I might change who I was and I might change the decisions I made. And then I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have Lee, and I wouldn't have the boys, and I wouldn't have my house, and, you know, I wouldn't be who I am. And I'm pretty happy with who I am, and I'm pretty happy with where I am with who I've got. So, yeah, I don't think I give myself any advice, really. What question do you never want to be asked? I don't know. I'm a pretty open book. Yep, Brendan is listening from the other room.
I do have a headset. You want to go through the Fortnite?
Or is he talking to me? I don't think. Brendan, are you talking to me? No. No, I think he's actually talking to somebody. That was just very good coincidence. He's actually talking to somebody on a headset, but it actually sounded like he was answering my question. Put his 2 pence worth in. What question do I never want to be asked? Probably whether or not I want to turn a life support machine on or off. I never want to be asked what coffin I want to have for any loved one, although at some point that will happen because we all die eventually. Probably what my biggest regret is. I only have one big regret. Really only have one regret. But it's a pretty biggie. Yeah, I think that's probably it, really. What questions do you never want to be asked? Yeah, that's probably those sorts of questions. Yeah. Okay, that was a bit deep, wasn't it? Having a moment there, thinking about my questions. Okay, so I hope that answered your questions, Dave. And I hope my dog choice was not too, you know, I hope I don't get marked down for not choosing the right dog. Sorry, but you asked the question. Of course, Louis is an outstanding example of a whippet, and is probably the very best whippet that anybody could ever meet. There you go. Does that make it better for liking staffies? Anyway, I'm going to go and check on Kenzie and see how he's doing with his whole pizza situation, because it sounds like he's gone back to play Fortnite, and if that's the case, he might be burning his pizza. And also, Lee will be home in a minute, and he's going to want a nice cup of tea, so I better go and sort that out. I think I'm done. I think I am done. I'm just going to sit in bed and read. Lee's come home aching too, so I suspect it might be a bit of a virus. That we're both achy, because my mum said the same thing last week, and my sister. So, yeah. I'm going to be lazy, I'm going to lay in bed, I'm going to read my book, and drink tea and eat cheesecake. And that will make everything better. And I won't be achy anymore. Or if I am achy, it won't matter because I'm drinking tea and eating cheesecake and reading my book. Oh, and Bake Off starts tonight as well. First episode of the new series of Bake Off. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do like Bake Off. It's one thing I will watch. The only thing that I actually will watch on normal TV every year is Bake Off. So I'm looking forward to that. Radio people, enjoy your evening. And tomorrow I've got about 6 or 7 children, so it's going to be chaos. But yeah, we'll have fun. We'll find something fun to do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and all that other jazz.